Hi, we are standing here with the Sims Juice.
The juice.
James?
Yeah.
What do you think of this thing? Tell us about the juice, James.
Well, so I've ridden the juice for a few days
Shapes
now.
and the specs.
And the first off, you know, as you can see from the on the table review, it's like a hybrid camber, like a mellow camber that goes throughout a lot of the board, going to an early rise rocker in the tip and tail. And it seems to be the trend with a lot of companies these days, and it's something I generally like. However, I felt there are a couple things with this board, like the first day I rode it, I really did not like, we were switching back and forth, Jimbo and I were switching back and forth between the Yes Greats and the Sims Juice, because they're both 156s, they're both all mountain freestyle twins, even though the Yes Greats is asymmetrical. I just felt that this just didn't have the dampness, and it wanted to let go when you really tried to set the edge on a carve, compared to the Greats and even the Dealer's Choice. And I even felt that the 157 Dealer's Choice we were riding was a little more damp. But the second day I rode it in less uneven snow, and today, like the last few days I've been riding it, the snow's been a little cleaner, a little firmer, and that first day, those qualities that really bothered me, the lack of dampness and the semi-washy edges, it receded a little bit to where I think it's a better board than I initially thought the first day, in that uneven kind of messy snow with some good patches and then messy and then good patches and then messy. So, but it's fun to butter. It's got great pop. It's quick edge to edge. You can make fun, medium to small to wide radius turns, but when you get into carves, regular and switch, I just felt like you have to be really careful and tentative with it, otherwise it wants to wash.
Right.
Where with the Greats, even though it has less camber, you can commit all the way with the Greats. And even the Dealer's Choice, I felt more comfortable laying out on a carve, even though I think it has a little less camber than the Juice. But so I think it's a fun board.
Oh yeah, good rider will adjust to some of those things that he's having.
You can totally get used to this. But
you're ready for it.
But I think if I wanted to, I don't know if I'd want to own this board yet. I'd like to see a little more dampening in it, and then to play around with. I like this hybrid camber profile. It's stable, it's poppy, it's fun. But I think they need to tweak on it a little bit. I think it needs some just minor tweaks to make it more acceptable for like every type of condition. Right now I think it's more of a good condition ride. And even though it has like a pretty, like I'm pushing pretty hard to get that there. You know, it has a pretty medium-ish flex. I just like to see a little more dampness. But all in all, I think it's for Sims going to Never Summer and kind of retooling their line and joining the world of the living again.
They're back, baby.
I think it's a good start. I think it needs a little more work. Jimbo, what'd you think?
I'm just thinking back to those turns down Cornice, steep Black Diamond groomed run. Very responsive at the end of the turn and into the next turn. It was really easy to. It just popped into my next turn.
It made you feel comfortable.
And over again, like these really tight, small turns.
They got the spring right.
Got that spring.
Yeah.
And the summer and the fall. Because James fell on it. I saw him.
I fell. I fall sometimes.
We were getting butterific on it. I was thinking it would pair well with a mid-90s Ocean Pacific t-shirt. If you were going to take it out on a spring day with your friends.
Sure.
Lightning bolt.
Sure, yeah. It's got some pretty cool retro graphics. So Jack, what'd you think?
Yeah, you said it all. I mean, I like it. But compared to the Greats, it doesn't stand to it. So
does not stand up to the Greats.
What do you think about compared to the Dealer's Choice too?
Dealer's Choice, I thought they were very similar, but this one had the soft flex. It did.
It's supposedly the Dealer's Choice has the sawed-on flex. They're both twins. Even though the Dealer's Choice has a different shape, tip and tail. The side cut is a twin. It's on snow it's a twin.
Twinjamin Franklin.
And Twinjamin Franklin. The Twinjamin Franklin age. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's when it's in the hip, though. You know, it's the twin.
Would you recommend this board? If you have to recommend it, what kind of profile would you recommend it to?
It's an all-mountain freestyle rider, you know, a guy who likes to ride the park and the mountain.
And the lower price point? Is the lower price point?
No, I don't think it's a lower price point. I don't know the price point.
Yeah.
If it was a really low price point, I think it would be fine. Like if it was like $399, I think this would be a good board. Okay. But if it's $499 or $539,
you see it for sale in the spring,
then I'd much rather be on the Prototype 2 or
on that.
you know, like the Yes grades or the dealer's choice for that matter. I think I just think this needs just a little more dampening to really complete this board and to get a little more, like for the edges to just set a little bit better on harder turns.
Yeah.
Because I felt that it just felt a little. Didn't you guys feel like a little bit of wash? Because where you normally don't with hybrid camber usually holds really well, especially with a lot of camber between the feet. Where this, like maybe more camber between the feet, you know, instead of that micro camber, maybe bring it up. I felt like it would be stronger in the park than it would the mountain right now, even though they market it as an all mountain board. I think that's the little bit of the burn for me, like why I'm kind of like I was expecting way more mountain prowess, you know, where I think it was like when we went through the park. When we went through the park, the park
with Matty Z.
Yeah, when we went through the park. Oh no, that was the other week. That was on other boards. But when we went through the park on Monday, you were having fun on both these boards, and this felt really at home in the park. So I think it's more of a freestyle than an all-mountain freestyle board. But you know, I don't know. Either way, I think they're close and they're getting there. And I think a few more tweaks could make this a really recommendable, really fun one. And so that's that.
Cool.